Great day, everybody. I hope this post doesn't cut off because I really want to share this with you. Yesterday, I posted that, today, when somebody says today is not the day for BS, and that person would be me, I literally felt that in my spirit when I woke up yesterday morning. And keep in mind, I had prayed and everything before my day got going, but I just felt an uneasiness. And I went on about my day, basically just trying to, get through it, go through it, etc. But I had several errands to run. And as I was out, I was on my way to, I had already been to point A. I was on my way to point B. And there was a car in front of me that was blocking my turn. I wanted to go right, and they were essentially blocking that. So, I thought I was exuding patience, etc. And I kind of nudged a little bit to indicate, dude or ma'am, I want to go right. But anyway, I wanted to go right. So I thought I was exuding patience and nudged up a little bit. And sure enough, they kind of gave way, and I thought I had gauged it perfectly, but little did I know I didn't, right? And that's life, right? So I ended up going forward, going to the right, and I hit the curb. And oh my God, it was such a loud noise. I was like, oh my gosh, now I got to go try to get a new tire, et cetera, and that's how life is, right? We think we got it figured out. We think we good. Somebody asked me, didn't you see the curve, or didn't you measure it? And I said, yeah, I actually did. I thought I had everything in order. I thought I had measured it, measured it appropriately, but little did I know I didn't. So that essentially had me, instead of going to point B, now I got to go find some help. And God dropped this in my spirit this morning that, that is how life. So God dropped it in my spirit to say, even when we think we have life figured out and we, have done our due diligence, so we think we've done our due diligence to assure that, we got it figured out, measured appropriately. We really don't. And that is the human aspect of us. That's the vulnerability part. But yeah, I ended up having to drive to a tire shop in the rain. And when I got to the tire shop, which is where I was seeking help, I found out that it wasn't even my tire, but instead it was the underbelly, the siding of my car. So it was so crazy because I was like, wow, I literally have driven 5 miles with this side part hanging off of my car, thanking God for coverage because, metal on road and I don't drive fast. But I drive, right? But and that easily I could have been in a combustion. It could have been a fire. But the underbelly of the car, right? So it was, it was torn apart. And it was crazy because the man came out and he was trying to help me. He said, I need to get a screwdriver because he couldn't get the part off. And finally, he ended up having to cut it. What am I saying to you guys today? Sometimes in life, we walk around, we're human, we have all kind of damage, all kind of scars and things about us that people don't necessarily see. Because truth be told, you can look at the car right now, you would not even see the damage that I did. But yes, we damage ourselves, right? Like we are damaged vessels. We are imperfect people. But all that being said, that was just part of my day that went crazy. But I got help. And I was able to go to my next destination. So stop what you're doing, seek help, and, just be vulnerable in the sense of knowing that you don't have this thing called life figured out. We all make mistakes. We all going to go through up and down, and we just have to get through it. Seek help and get through it. Pray and ask God to give guidance and give direction. I was thankful that the tire shop was still open because this was almost 7 o'clock at night. That's part A. Went, isolated, took care of my business, and then finished all that I accomplished or intended on accomplishing in that day. Arrived at home last night, almost 11 o'clock, drove into my yard and walked towards my door, and I heard a loud noise. Ah, help, help. It was my neighbor, my young neighbor, 15 years old, having a meltdown at 11 o'clock at night. Help me, miss. Help me. I need your help. All I could say is just breathe, relax. I mean, he was so overwhelmed with emotion. Him and his family was having a disagreement. Oh my gosh, it was just, it was a full out explosion, emotional explosion. So I asked him to try again, because that's what we have to do. We're going to get a lot of no's. He was so upset that his parents had taken his electronics and, and essentially had a full out outburst. They kicked him out the house. So I told him, in this life, we're going to get a lot of no's. And as a young black man, you're going to get probably more than you think you deserve. But we have to persevere. We have to exude emotional discipline. I said, just like you have been practicing to make the basketball team, you got to practice your response. You may not agree. Mother, she out here walking with boots. Anyway, focus. You may not agree with your parents' decisions, but you have to respect it. You have to respect it. Ask your parent, your mother, your father to forgive you for your behavior, just as you've asked God to forgive you. So I told him, now listen, if they don't forgive you after you've told them that, you've asked God to forgive you and you're sincere about it, and you're going to try to implement steps to control your anger, I really want to tell the family, seek therapy early, because otherwise this will turn into a very bad situation. And the young man said, I guess God knows that my heart is good, and that's why I haven't been sent to jail, or I'm not dead. So he's aware. Oh, Lord, it's so much I want to unpack here. But anyway, all these things are time limited. All that being said, guys, be transparent, be vulnerable, seek and ask God for guidance, and pray every day for our young people and for the world. So I said, be blessed. I remember my pastor prayed Wednesday morning for us to be a blessing to someone that can't, won't, and will not bless us back. And that young man coming into my yard last night was a reminder of that we have to be in a position to be a blessing, whether it's a kind word, whether it's a smile, whether it's just extending yourself to hear the cries that are coming out from our, young people and from people in general. Now, you got to know your cup, Meaning you got to know how much you can take in your cup and how much is left after, and not being able to empty yourself and empty your cup out to each and every person. So anyway, that's a whole nother sermon. It'll preach its own way. But anyway, be great. Have a great day.